Yo, what is good, my anime people? What is good, yo? Ah, the Nagante, the new one. If I get bodied on this, I am trying out the new tempered Nergante, so don't expect too much gameplay out of me. I haven't played this game in a while, but let's talk about these shows, man. With Diorio and actually a surprise show popping up this morning, I have a bit to talk about. But to start it off with Diorio, I honestly did not expect to understand like Itachi and his thieving ways and stuff like that. But after seeing this week's episode, I'm pretty convinced that he could have been, saved overall. Like, he might have been able to become a better person, but it honestly felt like it could have went either way. But to be fair, I really didn't expect the sharks to not really play a big part after, transforming into what they transform into. Uh, but to see them do that and then all of a sudden really not have any particular role after was kind of lackluster after he just gets bodied by our boy. So, I mean, that's kind of obvious that that would happen. You're going to get bodied by him. Not to mention he's not really pleased about losing his, one person that's been with them the whole time, and then he comes to find out that there's a demon there. So I'm guessing that was a little bit of what we can expect of his true nature kind of coming out and just going off. But other than that, we really just get to see what honestly can pop off at any given time. I mean, with the army hearing about or the family hearing about the brother landing or just going to a place on a boat, they instantly set out to stop anything that he was doing. So it's kind of clear to me that this is just going to be how it's going to be for quite a bit of time. So I tried to do the dive and it didn't work. I just don't really see a lot of a lot of what could possibly stop him from beating a lot of these people when all of them really have a good chance of, catching him off guard and stuff. But this man, our boy with the missing limbs, is catching everybody off guard because they really think he's just some pushover or something. And no, no, that's not the case. This man is so dirty with how he fights and just how clean he is when he fights. I never really expected him to be able to handle this 3-on-1 so flawlessly, but I guess in his eyes, everything has a little bit of life to it, so maybe he tracks it that way when something with like a weird vibe comes towards him, he just reacts to it. I'm not really sure because by the way we've been watching it, that's just how it seems. Anything that starts coming towards his way, he just kind of just naturally reacts to it, and if it's negative, if it's positive, he has an answer for it. So that's where it gets really interesting in my opinion, and I think we're probably going to see more and more of his character just like get better at fighting all different types of people. So if that is the case, I hope that we get to see Diorio maybe become helpful in that sense. I mean, throwing the rocks in this week's episode and hitting some soldiers in the eye was helpful and whatnot, but if he could ever pick up a weapon or something and do something like that, I think it would be. I mean, at least help fight the demons. I mean, they're demons. It's not like he should lose his humanity for fighting something that attacked him. Oh my God, there's another monster in this. This is not good. But yeah, overall though, I'm very surprised in this show's like direction on how they handled Itachi overall. Like I was saying, is I was expecting the him to at least have to deal with a little bit of the shark, or at least see the shark, see what you created. He didn't even know about anything that happened after that whole scenario. So that felt kind of lackluster. I felt like it could have been a little bit of a in your face moment, like, wow, this is what you did this. Oh wow, they're already turf waring. And now you kind of have to sit with the type of deal, but no, it just kind of happened and ended. So overall, I'm pretty sure, oh my God, I'm pretty sure a lot of what happens in this week's episode is still going to sit with both of our characters, because usually that's just how it goes for some of the better shows. Like, if something like this happens, like for instance, he was calling that guy his enemy. He's like, "You're my enemy." Like, he's making it very clear to himself and to the story that if he sees him, it's on sight now. You know what I mean? Like, we're not playing that, oh, is he ain't my enemy. No, like, on sight, you're catching it. And I like that. I like that a lot, because it definitely calls back to what I didn't understand necessarily when, they had a chance to finally meet each other. They could have been, boys or whatever. Oh, they changed that. Ugh. Um, and because of that, it never happened. Like, we never got a true understanding. So that's kind of my problem now, is with the younger brother. Your father has done something disgusting and unforgivable, but because it was for the people, you're okay with it? Like, all right, brother. Like, cool. So, as soon as he sacrifices you for the people too, you should not fight back. The people that have been with you all this time should not fight it, because you should be okay with it, right? Let's sacrifice him next, because we got to. The demons are hungry. They're not going to be able to just feed on one body part for the rest of their days. Let's give them more body parts. What's stopping that? So they start kind of dwindling into like these dark territories where this is okay, but if it was them, it probably wouldn't be so okay. And just like the kid this week says, who was with the sharks, you would kill my sharks, like my AKA family, just for some human limbs? Like, he thought that was hilarious. He's like, bruh. He's like, I would kill to lose my human limbs to become a fish. Like, like, everything you just did to get there, I would do the opposite to get away from it. You know what I mean? So it's this constant uh divide between certain types of people that we keep meeting, and it's interesting to see what is going to sit on the mind of our characters. Like, what is going to be the last thing they remember from some of these people and the things that they said. For instance, the priest, and telling Dororo how much money he has and how powerful it can be. It's just up to him to decide what that money is going to be used for, which was really kind of the closure of Itachi's run for him. Because if you think about it, he had that information and he wasn't curious in the bit to go find it. So we knew he wasn't ready for the money. So it would have been kind of dumb for him, or the story anyway. It would have been dumb for the story, in my opinion, to be like, and then he knew what he wanted to do with the money that instance. I'm glad they didn't go that route. I definitely just try to block all that. You cannot block all of it anymore. So that's good to know. Uh, but yeah, I truly, truly think that they're just going in with this. This show has some of the better just chances of being great, and they're like, you know what, screw it. We're making the show ridiculously hype, and I appreciate that in the most part. So overall, though, I would love to hear what you guys are feeling about the show. Have you dropped it? Are you still keeping up with it? What is, your take on this show, and what do you actually want to see come from the end game of it all? Because at this point, I'm pretty sure we know, who's going to be kind of the main villains, like the family and stuff like that. but we also know who is, truly, truly growing to be like the father, and who's truly growing to be, his own person. And I honestly just want to see what happens at the end, to be fair. Like, I just want to see who comes out on top, what happens, like why everything happens the way it happens, and whatnot. So I hope you guys are here with me when that happens. But overall, I am the Anime G, and I apologize for this gameplay. I've never fought this Nergante yet, and he is absolutely a monster. So good luck to everybody who tries them, and that could have been it right there, but it's not. So with that being said, everybody, I hope you have an awesome day, night, evening, whatever the case may be when you're watching this. I definitely will have 2 more videos dropping, so keep your eyes out for that. Depending on when I drop this one, actually. I think I might drop this one first, then Boruto, and then one more. So with that being said, have an awesome one. Peace.